Hello guys, and welcome back to our Skyrim Skills bonus tree videos. Man, right, so when we last left off we were looking at one-handed, so we are now going to look at two-handed. Right, so two-handed. Let's get on with it, shall we? So it says requires not applicable, and the skill is called Barbarian, and it's at level 1 up to 5. So two-handed weapons do 20 over whatever that is, so 1-3% more damage. So I presume that means 20%, 40%, 50. Not 50. That's not a multiple of 20. 60, 80, 100. Got it? Good. Right. And then we've got more advancements. So if we come up this way, we've got one called Limb Splitter. So up to 1 to 3. Attacks with battle axes cause extra bleeding damage. So if you actually comboed that with the one-handed skill, you could do an awful lot of axe damage, actually. And I wonder if dueling up on both... I think that's what they've got in mind, comboing these different bonuses together. So I think that was quite clever, because really you would not really have one character that would be the same if you played this game over and over. I mean, obviously you could choose to play it the same, but you could experiment loads with all these different bonuses to see what would be the most efficient, what would be the best way. Something that I'd probably be quite really bad at. And if anyone would be watching and knew what they were doing, they would probably be screaming at the screen, "Don't do that! You terrible man! You stupid boy!" Anyway, this one here, Skull Crusher, requires 30 points, 1 to 3 levels of Skull Crusher. Attacks with war hammers ignore 25 up to 75% of armor, which sounds pretty cool. Moving swiftly on, we've got Deep Wounds, 0, so 1 to 3 points, requires level 30. So attacks with great swords have 10, I think then it's 10, 20, 30% chance of doing critical damage. So that's quite cool. Let's move up and have a little look. Champion Stance. Power attacks with two-handed weapons cost 25% less stamina, which is good, and it's quite similar to the one in the one-handed one as well. Devastating Blow requires 50 points. Standing power attacks do 25% bonus damage with a chance of depreciating your enemies. Again, which is almost mirrors the one-handed one. I wonder what depreciated means. I've said that before. I don't really know. Anyway, we've got Great Critical Charge. It requires level 50, and you can do a two-handed power attack while sprinting, and that does double critical damage. So that's, again, another mirror of one-handed. So I wonder if you had one-handed and two-handed together, would you get? Is that a quadruple critical attack? I suppose you can only be. I don't know, actually. I'll have to think about that. Sweep, an interesting skill. Bonus name. Requires level 70. Sideways Poor. Who made these things? I got these off the internet. I don't know who made them. There's typos all over the place. Power attacks with two-handed weapons hit all targets in front of you. That's interesting. That's a bit like Whirlwind in Dungeons and Dragons. Have you ever played Neverwinter Nights? There's a feat called Whirlwind, or is it something like that? Basically, you spin around and you just attack everything, and everything just gets attacked and hit. The last one in two-handed is Warmaster. Sounds very cool, and it's yet another backwards power attack. It has a 25% chance of paralyzing target and requires level 100. So I presume you have level 100 in both two-handed and one-handed, then you get a 50% chance, do you? Of paralysing your target with a backwards power attack? I don't know. I wonder how it'll work. If you know, let me know. I'm sure if you do know, you'll be biting at the bit to let me know. I appreciate your input, though. Don't be misled. I'll appreciate it. Anyway, tomorrow the next video anyway, we'll be doing heavy armor, so that'll be very cool. So until then, guys, stay safe, take care of yourself, and goodbye.